Well, for the first time this season, the Spurs took the court without their head coach. Coach Pop sitting this one out due to a family medical situation. So we all knew the sidelines will look different, but not like this. Apparently, they saved a lot of seats on the bench for Coach Pop just in case he showed up. He didn't, and the Spurs could have used him. Jordan Hill slices through San Antonio's defense and throws down that twisting dunk. Pacers up 14 in the second quarter. San Antonio responds, though. Tim Duncan finds LaMarcus Aldridge down low. Aldridge gets that easy bucket. He finished with 23, and the Spurs are chipping away at the lead. But this isn't going to help. Paul George sinks that deep jumper, and the Spurs can't close the gap. They're down 13 at the half. To the second half, and the Western Conference's Player of the Week can add another play to his highlight reel. Kawhi's circus shot narrowed the lead to just 6, everything clicking until this. Tony Parker goes down hard. He landed on the ground, holding his left foot for a while. Tony stayed in the game for a few minutes, but was later seen walking into the locker room with a toe bruise. He did not return. Even without Tony, the Spurs get it down to a 3-point game, and then after Kawhi Leonard intentionally fouls Paul George, the refs allow a continuation. That's the wrong call. The layup falls, Paul George hits the free throw, and that put the game out of reach. The Silver and Black lose this one 99-91.
5-point game, 3-point game, or whatever in the last bit of the game. That's what you ask for on the road, especially against a team like this, and just didn't execute down the stretch.
No, they didn't, and that made the difference. The Spurs will take on the Timberwolves tomorrow at 7 in the tail end of a back-to-back. To high school hoops, where the Steel Knights are one of just 4 teams that remain in the 6A state playoffs. Their last trip to state came back in 2013, but even they know opportunities like this, well, they don't come around that often.
It's a great feeling. I love it really for the kids because you don't get this many chances. I know when I was playing in high school, I didn't go to state. There's a whole lot of people that don't go to state in that situation. So I try to get them to realize the specialness of the moment.
The Knights will take on DeSoto Friday night in the Dome. Okay, guys, he's the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. It's not a stretch to say that about Peyton Manning. And honestly, if you choose to call him one of the greatest players of all time, you'd be right about that too. And no, that's not an opinion. That's what the numbers say. Manning holds several NFL records, including the most passing touchdowns in a game, in a season, and in a career. He's also set the marks for most game-winning drives, most MVP awards, and most career wins. But today in Manning's retirement ceremony, he didn't remind us of all his awards and accolades. Instead, he told us about the 2 things he's never had to live without: his faith and football.
There's a scripture reading, 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight, and I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Well, I've fought a good fight. I've finished my football race. And after 18 years, it's time. God bless all of you, and God bless football.
Now, if that doesn't make you want to stand up and clap right now, I don't know what's going on with you. Manning will be eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2021. Staying in the NFL, former Cowboy DeMarco Murray will suit up for his 3rd different team in a 3-year span. Today, the Eagles agreed to a trade that would send the former NFL rushing leader to the Tennessee Titans. The exact terms of this deal have yet to be disclosed. And guys, don't forget, we are less than 2 weeks away from Big League Weekend. The Rangers and Royals will play March 18th and 19th in the Alamo Dome. Get your tickets at the Alamo Dome box office. And speaking of local sporting events in town, San Antonio will host the WTA Open next week. There's professional women's tennis coming here to our city. For more information, go to sanantonioopen.tennis. And finally, here it is, the video of the night. And a game this weekend, Incarnate Word guard Sean Johnson throws down a huge dunk, and then he goes for a little ride. Now, as a grown man, I'm not sure there's an appropriate time to take a piggyback ride, but I guess Sean just figured, hey, middle of a basketball game? Why not here? Why not now? Randy, I need an honest answer from you.
Weird.
No. Whatever the question is.
No. The people deserve to know.
No.
Yeah. All right.
That's
all
messed
right.
up. You
all
wouldn't
right.
even let him ask a
I
question.
think,
Well, there was going to be a piggyback ride
All
related.
right, whatever.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
No, and no, and no.